everyone, welcome back and happy Christmas. Hope you guys all had a fantastic Christmas. I know I did. It was very relaxing, which is actually what you kind of want on Christmas Day. This video is going to be the Rec-It Rach summer holiday edition. So what I mean by that is everything I think is essential for taking on your summer holidays. So me and the kids and Adam are all going on a holiday up to the farm. So for anyone who doesn't know, we have a little property up in the Flinders Ranges. So it is like the definition of rural outback holiday, as in it's in the middle of nowhere, it's red, it's dusty, it's hot, but we absolutely love it. So I'm just going to go through the essential things that I'll be taking on my holiday. It's all pretty basic. It's something you could take on a beach holiday or a resort holiday or something if you're lucky enough to get away for that kind of thing this year. So I'm just going to jump straight into it and start with what I'll actually be packing my bits and pieces into. So I'm going to be taking 2 bags with me this trip. So the first one is going to be this little one that I got actually as a Christmas present. It is a Soap and Glory makeup bag that was full of all the little minis, which I'll go through in just a minute. So I like to separate my makeup and body care stuff into 2 separate bags, just because I find it easier to take your shower bag into the shower with you, particularly if you're sharing a house or accommodation with other people, and then leave all my face and makeup stuff in my room to do at my leisure. So this one I really like because when you open it up, it's kind of got the little plastic bit here, which keeps everything nice and flat and doesn't mean it's going to swing around, but you can also actually chuck a few bits and pieces up here in this little zip area, which is going to keep it completely separate from your other stuff. So I found that quite helpful. So the second bag I'm going to be taking is actually this one. So this is just a big clear pencil case type thing that I actually got from Typo, and the reason I like this is because it's really thick, like PVC. It is completely more or less sealed in there, so I just feel like if you use your shampoos and conditioners or anything else in the shower, you can just throw it in there and it's not going to get everything else in your bag or your makeup bag or whatever wet. I just like the fact that you can clean it out if you do have spillages or anything in there, but it's also really easy to see what's in there. So let's start with the things that I will be using for my face. So I'm going to be trying to keep it really low key. So first of all, what I'll start with is obviously once I've been washing my face and ready to put the makeup and everything else on, I'll be giving myself a spritz with the Badescu stuff, which of course I've talked and raved about before, so I won't go into it again. So that's definitely going to be going into my bag. So I really like this one too because it sets your makeup. So if I do decide I want to pop a little bit extra on, if we go out for dinner or something, I can still use this as a setting spray without actually having to pack an extra setting spray. So that'll definitely be going in the makeup bag. Secondly, I will be taking the Tinted Moisturiser that I've been using religiously on the hotter days when I'm not actually going out anywhere. So the one I've been using is the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser. So it comes in this little one here. I use the shade Light 1 or Finland. It's really nice. It's really does have a little bit of coverage, so it's not completely sheer tinted moisturiser. I use this with a face powder even on days where I'm going out for a drink or something like that, because I do find the coverage with the powder on the top is really nice. It's also quite buildable, so if you did want to add an extra layer to use it more as a foundation, that would really work as well. But if you just want to put a little bit on your face just to even out your skin tone and any sort of little blemishes or something like that, it works perfectly. Now I'm going to be honest, it is on the pricier side. So one other one that I've used, which sadly I don't have to show you in the video, but I can include a link. Ringing! I'll pick that up later. One that I find really similar to this NARS one but is a lot more affordable is the Natio Tinted Moisturiser. They've got quite a few shades, not as many shades as the NARS, but it's really nice and it's very similar in its consistency and the wearability of it as far as building it up into more of a foundation, and you can pick them up for $15 at Priceline. So if you do want something that is a little bit more affordable, because this is definitely up there in the price range, then definitely check out the Natio Tinted Moisturiser, because I really recommend that as well. So I'm going to pop that one in. On top of that, I'm going to use a little bit of concealer, especially because I'm likely to be dehydrated and probably be having a few drinks each night, so you know that the bags are going to be out of control, normally more than they normally are. So what I'm going to be throwing in my bag, purely because it's easy with this little applicator at the top, is this Rimmel Match Perfection Concealer. So I use the number 010 in Ivory. It just goes on really smoothly. You can just dot it on for a little bit of coverage, or you can really stripe it on if you want to use a lot more coverage. This is super affordable, definitely under $15 for this one. It goes really well with the Rimmel Match Perfection foundations that I use as well, but I just find this on its own, even or just over a tinted moisturiser, is just enough to get you through. And it's quite a light colour, this one that I use, but it sort of then highlights that under eye area, so that will be going with me in my bag as well. Then I'll be using a Mecca Cosmetica nice little tinted lip balm. So this is the Lip De-Luscious. It's an SPF 25 peach shimmer colour. It is absolutely so velvety and gorgeous. Really, really hydrating on the lips. You can just use it, so you know how sometimes lip balms really dry your lips out? This absolutely does not. It really conditions your lips. It feels so much fresher. I love the colour. It's got a little bit of tint, so you do feel like you've got a little bit of lippy on without going the full hog when you're on holidays. So that would definitely be coming with me as well. Now I think those ones are about, well, I want to say it's $30, which is actually a lot, but this pot lasts a long time. Could be cheaper, it could be $20, but still for a lip balm that's quite a lot. So if you did want to go with something a little bit cheaper, the Body Shop lip balms are actually very, very similar. So they're not as creamy as such, not as thick, I guess, as the Mecca one is, so therefore you do have to apply it a lot more often than I feel like you do with the Mecca one, but it is definitely more affordable. They come in lots and lots and lots of different shades and flavours. Is that the right word? Flavours? You're not eating it. Anyway, you know what I mean. And yeah, it's really, really nice, these ones. So I've got quite a few of these that are from the Advent calendar. You might have seen on my Instagram stories me opening them each day, which was super, super fun. So I can definitely recommend next year getting yourself a little calendar if you can, because it was, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that each day. So I've got a lot of these to get through, so I'll be throwing that into my bag as well. So one of the things that I have been reading about for a while, but I've never kind of jumped on the bandwagon for, is actually using a physical sunscreen underneath your makeup. So I've always kind of relied on the SPF 15s or 25s that are often built into your foundations or your moisturisers, but I've never actually used a specific separate sun cream, which is silly, but I blame growing up in the 80s, where if you didn't have blisters at summer, was it even summertime? So I have recently jumped on the bandwagon of using a sun cream after I have put my skincare on. So basically, any kind of toner, serums, moisturiser, I then follow it with a sun cream, and then I'll start my makeup routine. So the one that I've been using is the Mecca Cosmetica To Save Face. It's an SPF 30. It also goes up to an SPF 50 if you want to, but I've just gone with the 30. And it is absolutely so, so, so lovely. I guess I was turned off using sun creams because I've always found them too thick. I don't like the smell. I just feel like it's, I don't know, I put it on and I'm like, now putting makeup on the top, it just never feels right. This particular one this is just the travel size. You can get a full size, which once this runs out, I'll probably go for a full size. However, this is really handy just to be able to throw into your bag if you're going, down the beach, or if you just have it in your handbag, just if you get caught out through the day. But yeah, it's a perfect makeup base, as it says on the front. It's really silky smooth. I still use a primer with it. It's just basically an added layer to my makeup routine without it feeling like an added layer. So definitely, 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 if you don't use a physical sunscreen in Australia, we really should be doing that. So it's a good time to start. Actually, it's pretty affordable. I think this was $17 for a small one, but you'll find that most really good sunscreens are quite expensive, but they're expensive for a reason, because they work, and let's face it, I'm going to be thanking past me when future me doesn't have as many wrinkles. Tarten up makeup wise, I'm going to be super restrained. I'm going to take the Rimmel London Summer Shimmer Bronzer. I've talked about this in a previous video, so I won't hammer on about it, but what I like about it is that I can bronze my face if I feel like I want to, like if I can go out for dinner. I can use it a little bit as a blush, just to add a bit more colour on top of the Tinted Moisturiser. But the other thing I really like is I've been using this bronzer as a bit of an eyeshadow as well. So you can do the contour eyeshadow with the 3 different colours there. So yeah, as far as one product to basically be able to do my whole face, you know that's going in there. So there's that one. Brows. Look, I can't go down to the shop for a carton milk without doing my brows. I don't know what it is. I never used to care about it, and now I do. So the one product I'm going to be taking is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit. Now, I will always get my brow products from Benefit. I'm yet to try one that I think is better. I've got the Gimme Brow, which is the brush and the fibres that adds, you know, fullness. I've got the little pot waxy type one that you use a brush to put on, and I've got this one. The thing I like about this, sorry, there's a few brows in it, is it's got the little spoolie there, so I can brush the eyebrows out, and then it's got the little tapered edge like shaped, look at the brows on it, it's so gross. There, I don't know if you can see, if it's going to focus on it. Feeling such a YouTuber now, putting my hand up, but it won't focus on it otherwise. Yeah, so it's just really easy to just brush in the brows like that, sorry, pencil in the brows. It's kind of a crayon consistency, so you don't have to press very hard, you just literally brush it in. It comes up beautifully, the colour payoff is excellent, so you don't really have to like go layer upon layer to get that nice colour in your brows. Oops, and then what I do is just brush it through just to make them a little bit more natural, which is what you want for summer if you're just hanging out by the pool. And yeah, super easy product just to throw in the bag as well. And then of course I'm going to be putting on a little bit of mascara. Now, I have not tried the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Sorry, but I haven't. Probably because I've had 50,000 mascaras and I just didn't feel like I could justify buying another one when I hadn't sort of gone through the ones that I already had. But I was lucky enough to get a little travel size mascara from one of my besties for Christmas, and oh my god, I can see what the hype is about. Now, if you want like a full thick lash going out to the clubs or pubs at night mascara, this ain't going to be for you. This one is definitely more of a natural kind of fluttery full eyelash look, but it's definitely for the natural kind of gal, if you like. It's got a nice funny little, sorry, I don't know if you see that, wavy brush, applicator brush, spoolie, whatever you want to call it, in it, but I just find it really opens my lashes up. It just makes them look like I've got twice the amount in there, but it's still super natural, so I'll be using that all day as well. I've also actually had, you know, been out in the pool and in humid weather where your face is sweating off and it's not run or anything at all. So yeah, definitely recommend the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara if you haven't had a go. So that will be going in. So that pretty much covers the makeup side of things that I'll be taking with me. I'll just move on quickly to skincare stuff. What I actually have been using to take my makeup on or cleanse my skin at the end of the day is these cotton wool ripple packs. So these are actually found in the baby care section at Priceline. I really like these because you can just sort of tear your bits off that you need. It's a little bit messy with all the fibres and stuff, but once you wet it with the product you're going to take your makeup off with, it's absolutely perfect. It's really gentle on the skin. They're really nice big bits so you can really get into the bigger parts of your face, but also for taking off your eye makeup, it's just much more gentle on the eyes than using a face wash. Ooh, fibres everywhere. Or, you know, like the makeup pads. I sometimes find the outside of those makeup pads scratch like the inside of my eye, or it feels like it does, or it's just a bit harsh. So I do find that the cotton, using that is just much gentler on the face. And if you've been out in the sun all day and your skin's already feeling a little bit offended by it all, it might be just nice to treat it to a little bit more care. Sorry, there's like fibres everywhere, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so I'll be throwing that in my bag. After I've taken my makeup off, I'm going to be using this Soap and Glory Face Soap and Clarity. It's a 3-in-1 daily detox with vitamin C facial wash. Now, I actually got this in a little travel size in this makeup bag for Christmas. Oh, this stuff is absolutely amazing. It's only about think it was $19 or something like that. You only need to use a grape size amount of the product on your hands, or you know, on a face washer or whatever, but it lathers up beautifully. It's got these tiny little, I don't know if you can see, these tiny little like dots in there. So it kind of exfoliates your face, but it's not as harsh as an exfoliant, like, so you can use it daily because it's smooth, but it really smooths your skin. And you know how like a lot of the time they'll tell you, oh, you know, smooths, cleanse, purifies, and you go, oh yeah, it really feels like it does. Like, I take all my makeup off, wash my face with this, and it is so smooth before, and really hydrated before I've even put moisturiser on. So I know that this is going to be a definite new addition to my skincare routine, and it smells so amazing, so clean. It kind of also feels like, you know, I don't know if you've used like peppermint products on your face and you get that kind of really fresh pepperminty feeling on your face. It feels like that as well. So yeah, definitely give that a go, and you should be able to pick it up in the little travel sizes, but even if you can't, $19 for a big face wash where you're only using a grape size amount once a day, that's going to last you a really long time. So I definitely try that one. Super impressed with that. So I'll be putting that into my big makeup bag here, and there we go. Oh, it matches. Ah, aren't I clever? The moisturiser I'll be putting on after cleansing my face is this Clinique Moisture Surge. Now, I think I mentioned this in a previous video and said that I didn't find that it really moisturized my face. It smells nice. I kind of have to take that back a little bit. What I've worked out from this is that it dries matte. So if you want something that's like, you know, I think I was saying I was using like the Lush facial moisturiser, where it was really, it left you with that kind of really oily feeling, but in the good oily way. I still can't really explain that properly, but if you want something that feels really, yeah, I guess dewy, then you might not want to go for this one. So where this is actually fantastic is it really does moisturise your face over a long period of time. Does it tell you how long? It's extended thirst release, rapid long lasting hydration, so it doesn't tell you how many hours it's supposed to do, but you can use it. The only thing that gets me, it says you can use it under or over makeup. That terrifies me somehow, using it over your makeup, but anyway, but yeah, it's a really matte finish. So I find actually using this before I put my makeup on, whether I'm just using the tinted moisturiser or going for a full face coverage of foundation, this is really fantastic. So I've kind of fallen back in love with this one because I feel like I understand it better. So that would definitely be going in with my makeup bag with me. Okay, mini Soap and Glory stuff. Now, I think I've been singing the Soap and Glory song for a really long time now, and it's never been able to be available in Adelaide, but obviously since the Mecca Maxima's opened, you can get the minis, the full sizes and everything in Soap and Glory. And if you haven't tried it yet, it is so, like, you will be converted as soon as you smell it. It's the most clean, fresh smelling body lotion and soap and face cleanser and everything else that you can imagine that is around. Boop, beep. I don't know what that noise was. So what I'll be throwing in there, which is going to be super easy, is the Clean On Me Cream Moisture Shower Gel. So this definitely moisturises your skin. That I will be using their absolute signature brand, which is the Righteous Butter Body Butter. Now this stuff, this is their signature smell. Oh my gosh, this just so reminds me of being in England, because this is when I first bought this, was over there, and it is the nicest smelling body butter ever. So definitely get your hands on that. These little trial sizes or travel sizes, they're only $4. So yeah, so I'll be chucking those bits in. And then they also had in the little trial pack, which you can buy these separately as well, is the Scrub of Your Life. This is really nice as well. Again, it's not super dry. It smells amazing. This feels good at, you know, when you're days and days of wearing sunblock and swimming in chlorine, and you just feel like your skin needs a really deep clean. It's really cool to use this, followed by your body wash, and then obviously your nice body moisturiser or body butters, and that just leaves your skin feeling so silky and smooth. Yeah, it's just the perfect combination and such a good size to be able to throw in your bag. Pretty much it for makeup stuff. So if you have a look, this is makeup and sort of some of the skincare stuff. all packed up neatly in my bag, so that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I don't feel like that's an excessive amount to take away. Otherwise, I've got frizz hair issues, so, and I don't want to have to pack the straightener or the curler or the hairdryer or anything like that. Ideally, I'd like to be able to wash my hair, spray a few products in it and just let it dry without it looking like a nightmare. So what I've been finding, and again I'm not going to go through these products hugely because I have spoken about them in previous videos, but what I've been finding is these two products together are battling the fridge. I wish I could battle the fridge, that's an whole other story. Is battling the frizz beautifully. So basically it's the BB Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. It's a UV protector and primer, so this is going to be great for being out by the pool or out in the sun if I'm going for a walk. And yeah, so I pop this on first and then just brush that through, and then I fairly well layer it up with this OGX Coconut Water Weightless Hydration Oil. And these two together just means that I can let my hair air dry and it's not so frizzy. The other thing I like about this particular one is that spraying it on dry hair is really nice and it doesn't leave it feeling oily either. So they will definitely be coming with me in the bag. So I'm going to very quickly talk to you about two more things, trying not to make this the longest video in history. But the first thing is bathers. So if anybody knows me, or women in general, everyone hates bather shopping. One of the worst things I ever did was ate an enormous bowl of pasta at this really nice restaurant in Melbourne, and then went and tried on bathers. I mean, that was never going to end well. I still laugh about that. I actually laughed at the time. I wasn't that cut about it, but yeah, it wasn't good. But I went to Kmart and I bought a pair of bathers from Kmart. Kmart bathers. Here they are. So it says on them, tummy control. And I was like, whatever. I didn't try them on in the shop. I just don't like getting naked in those little change rooms. I bought them home. They were only $22. And I thought, you know what, if they don't fit, they don't fit. But my goodness, I've got a really long body. Like, I can't do the onesie thing. I've tried every size of onesie ever. It ain't pretty, I promise you, because my body is too long. So I've always actually found bathers really difficult to buy, but these are so good. So the tummy control thing, I think, comes because it's got this weird mesh thing that just pulls everything in, and then this little sort of top, so it's a one piece, but this little top that sort of goes over the top of it. Now I was a bit worried that would kind of look like old lady, dress top like thing. It doesn't at all. Like, I really think if you didn't know that it was a one piece, you would think it was just a nice little bikini bottom and then a little like tank top as well, but it fits so nicely. It covers the boob area nicely. It's got the straps that can be over this way like that, or you can take it off altogether and just avoid your tan lines, or you can have it as a halter neck. I've actually lost one of these already, but that's okay because I was never going to wear them as a strap anyway. But yeah, I can definitely recommend just trying out. They're so cheap. I mean, we've got a pool and a spa, and I go through bathers a lot because they just get eaten by chlorine. I'm not somebody who wants to go and spend hundreds of dollars on a really decent pair of bathers because I don't feel good in them. So this for me is fantastic. And then I've found, to put a little kimono over top and some thongs down by the pool, glamorous with your $22 Kmart bathers. So that was my definite awesome find. I was stoked to have found those. So the absolute last thing that I want to talk to you about is this t-shirt that I'm wearing. So I'm sure if you've noticed, but got this beautiful t-shirt with this beautiful Aboriginal artwork on the front. Triple J have made these t-shirts in collaboration with AIM. So AIM is an organisation that is designed to mentor Indigenous and Aboriginal kids in Australia to help end the educational gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. The idea is that it's going to help more Indigenous kids to finish high school and get into uni. And that is something I can definitely get on board with. So anybody who knows me knows that I have been the biggest supporter of Triple J's Hottest 100 since I was a teenager. Well, earlier, since I was 12 years old. It's something that I look forward to every year, but I, as well as lots of other people, have felt pretty uncomfortable about it being on Australia Day. I'm super stoked that this year it has changed, and that it will change from here on out. It just means for me I can just go ahead and enjoy the music. I don't have to worry about feeling a little bit dirty on the inside by celebrating something on a day that has a lot of sadness and grief attached to it for Indigenous people. So Adam and I went ahead and bought these couple of t-shirts, because by buying these t-shirts you are helping to support AIM, which is a fantastic organisation Triple J are going to be supporting them by getting people to ring in with donations and stuff on the day of the Hottest 100, which is January 27th this year. So I wanted to wear it to say, if you wanted to jump online, I'll leave a link in the little description below this video. Grab yourself a t-shirt, super affordable. I've got this one here because on the back it's got the Hottest 100 and AIM, and yeah, it's just a cool funky t-shirt, and it would be cool if you're out and about on January 27th to wear your t-shirt, raise awareness, donate some money, and yeah, let's start closing that educational gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. So once again, we've come to the end of my super long video. Hope you liked my little holiday, you know, packing haul video. I hope you guys have a really great new year and a fantastic 2018, and look forward to bringing you some fun and exciting products next year in 2018. See you later.